Niaje wase, mko poa, mko fiti. Welcome to my new space here on the mic with Neema, and I'm your host, Marion. Please make sure to subscribe, like, share, and comment so that we can grow together. This is gonna be the best opportunity for you guys to listen to other people's stories and to learn, you know. And this is just a disclaimer. This is just our experiences that we are sharing and our ideas and our opinions. So if you need more research, please do for yourself. It's just a short introduction about myself. Digging deep now, I'm going to be introducing my guest to you guys. And without further ado, please, babe, salimia watu.
Hello, my name is David. I am excited and happy to be sitting on this particular show. Na hii show, kwani ni story gani munaletea wase?
So, this first episode, kwa sababu tutakuwa na episodes more, by the way. We are going to be having a lot of episodes coming your way. And it's going to be more of a series. Today, our first episode is how and what made us move to the UK. But we are gonna start from the root. Unajua kila story inakuanga na roots. Root, mzizi yetu ni gani? As I said, we are Kenyans. So swali ni, nini tufanya tutoke Kenya? Why move from our beautiful country? You know? Please, hebu tuambie. Kwa sababu, I moved. He's the reason by the way why I'm here. Hebu tuambie, what really made you, unajua, move out of your country, Kenya? Formally, ambia watu we ni nani. Hebu jiintroduce.
Exactly. So mimi naitwa Munene na nimekuwa nikifanya maneno ya nursing.
What do you mean? Umekuwa ukifanya maneno ya nursing? Kwani hakuna kitu kingine umefanya?
Okay, nilienda shule. Nikasomea nursing. Alafu wakati nimemaliza kufanya nursing, when I finished my nursing school, then I went for my internship
As a nurse now.
as a nurse. And that was the internship. After the internship, that is normally done for 1 year. After the internship, I started looking for a job. As you know how tamaking is.
Especially
Our thinking was when you are done with your school or when you get your degree certificate as a nurse, that things will be straightforward. Actually, tulikuwa tunaona those who have gone before us are coming back with alumni, big parties, and
majina kubwa.
they are
Wakenya kwanza
doing
wanapenda
work
hizo
in
vitu.
South Sudan. Others are saying they are doing work in South Africa, and they're saying, hey, this is a wonderful profession. This is a good profession. We are happy to be in this profession. But when we finished our studies and we had done our internship, and there's that one period where you are enjoying your internship, the government was paying you, not at the moment where here the government is delaying salaries and things are not working. So we were getting good money.
So kama nurse wewe ukiwa Kenya hujui shida. Haukujua shida ni nini?
Of course, that was internship.
Mlikuwa mnalipwa vizuri?
Internship, yeah, we were getting paid well. And then the real focus ikakuja wakati tulimaliza kufanya nursing internship. Those who were sharp had put their antenna up. Na walikuwa wameanza maneno ya UK, Australia, America.
Na wenye walikuwa
some of us tulikuwa tumelala class. Tukaingia maneno ya kutamak na ma certificates na manini. That time unaona diploma holders wanaenda wanapata kazi, they get jobs. We unaendelea kungethia. Unajiuliza, even why did I do a degree program? Can you imagine?
Like ilikuwa mbaya hivyo? It
was so bad. You had to get people that know the system for you to get a chance.
Lakini this is just for closure. mi nikikupata hiyo time haukuwa unafanya hosi, si ndio?
Hiyo time sikuwa nafanya hosi because mambo ilikuwa ngumu,
Kumechemka.
mambo ilikuwa imechemka, mambo ilikuwa haitutulii kwa
Imeenda
sababu
sege mnegeme.
watu wanasema people say that when things are so hot you have to become desperate. You have to become desperate to an extent that whatever comes your way you do it because what you need is money.
Twende nalo.
You find a nurse starting a farm project, starting a poultry farm, which is not bad, but you went to school for 6 years, you at least want to work in that same profession. But having said that, we started, we ganged up, we came together with a few people, with two of us, or three of us, and we started a small clinic, a one-room clinic, whereby we were offering our services. And mind you, you had to
Daktari,
get
hebu kwanza kusalimia
registration.
mkono daktari. Daktari mnene.
Thank you. So pale,
Ai,
it is a hustling. Tunatibu watu, tunadunga watu sindano, tunawauzia dawa, tunawatest, we do all these things to make a living. We did this during the COVID times until it got to a point where things were becoming unbearable and we had to think otherwise. We had to just come to our senses. Things are not working, and that is the frustration our health workers are facing. Hiyo ndio people are getting stress. Madeni upon madeni. I remember when you were in level 5 hapo Embu. One of the nurses who was 60 plus years, I think she was 65 or so years, they are almost retiring, if not 60 to 65. I overheard her mention that she's being frustrated with CRB, that she has been listed on CRB, that she cannot access a loan, she cannot access Fuliza, she cannot access Mshwari, she cannot access Tala, she cannot access KCB M-Pesa because she has been listed on Mshwari.
Hebu kwanza.
So that is the frustration people are getting
Okay.
in Kenya, especially nurses. People become so desperate.
Let me just ask a question. Roughly, because I know we have international viewers here. Roughly, how much could be a nurse earning in Kenya? Just roughly.
Well, it all depends on the job groups. If it is permanent and pensionable or it is a contract.
Give us
But the
both,
last time I
what's-
checked, that was some few years ago. I know maybe things have changed or they have remained the same or they have become worse. Those on contracts were getting about 30,000 net
a month.
after I
Wow.
think deductions. But our viewers can tell us on the comment section
Yeah.
what are the changes.
Yeah,
Those
the
who
correct
are
figures, yeah.
those who are on permanent and pensionable, depending on the job group, they could be getting up to 70, 80, 90, 150, depending on their titles. And that is a rough estimate. It's a long time ago since I checked how much they are earning. But I'm thinking those are the payments or the salaries.
That
So
could be
having said
around-
that,
Around 200 pounds.
having said that, we are saying that there's a lot of frustration in Kenya.
That was going on, yeah.
And that was going on during that time. And as we engaged with other nurses that we went to school with, as we engaged with other nurses that we went to internship with, and we were seeing people migrating, we were seeing people vacating, and we are seeing people leaving the country for better opportunities, then it dawned upon us that things will never work in this country, especially for nurses. So that was the harsh reality, that the more we struggled to be in this country, the farther we were suffering, the farther we were drowning
Unajua,
with desperation.
also, just to mention this, like situation like it was so bad, especially after COVID. The situation was so bad countrywide, but also especially for nurses, the nurses that we knew, watu walikuwa wameacha makazi mpaka wanafanya locum.
Of course locums ni opportunities za kupea wase some top up ama some
but COVID ilifanya vitu zikakuwa mbaya zaidi.
things were bad.
Wewe unakumbuka hadi your clinic was doing well before COVID, but after COVID hadi loans man zikakuja nini, it was so bad.
Loans zinakuwa mingi and this is the frustration. Loans zinakuwa mingi, you cannot be able to survive. Hata ukijaribu kucut costs,
watu wa gava hawakuachi.
Government is frustrating. You decide to get employed, unapatana na gava huko wana slash mshahara yako. Actually even to get a job is difficult. Even when you decide to do your own business of starting a facility, government is
on your
neck. A small facility, just a very small facility, but kwa hiyo small facility
kila mtu anataka kukulia.
A one room facility, you find all the state agencies ziko pale, starting with the KRA, the county. Of course they are doing their work, but can we understand that these are startups? Can we give grace period? Can we support? So maneno ikachemka, we started exploring opportunities. We started exploring Canada. We were thinking of Australia.
Hebu kwanza wape story yako ya Canada hata before tufike UK. UK is
we need to tell our viewers, because we have so many viewers from Kenya.
Yeah.
That as you become more desperate, you become then prone to manipulation
and scams. Ama tuseme aje?
Exactly.
Yeah.
The more desperate you become, kwa sababu wewe mwenyewe umefika
you're willing
pali,
to do anything.
Umefika pali, you have to leave. Na unataka, you feel like you want to leave immediately. Then you become prone to these thieves, scammers and fraudsters. So mimi kwa sababu ilikuwa nimefika pali, I really want to leave.
Hebu tupe your story. That would be a good story for
so
like,
story
for here, yeah.
Nilianza na Canada. Actually before I moved to outside
Australia.
the country.
Sorry.
I started with Canada. And when I was starting, nikasema sitaambia mtu yeyote because I want to do things by myself underground.
Including mimi niliambiwa after vitu zishachemka.
Nikaamua wacha nitasurprise waseni waambie, I'm going away from this country. Nikaingia kwa mtandao, nikaangalia, I was checking. I landed on this agency. I did not do my background check vizuri nione ni watu wangapi wameenda na ni watu wangapi wamebenefit
kutokana na huyo
msemo. Of course wako na Facebook page. So wakaniambia maneno yako tunaenda kutengeneza. You need to send us your CV, you need to send us all these documents. Walikuwa na list refu ya documents, NCK, everything, degree, transcript, all these requirements waliutisha. Alafu nakumbuka vizuri huyo jamaa akaniambia because we are doing these things for many people, we want to help you. We are saying that you are professional, you are a graduate, wewe tunataka tukusaidie. What you are going to do, tafuta 16,000. Kesho asubuhi you are going to have an interview with one of the employers.
Uongo mtupu. Lakini also being like lacking information was also another problem.
Lack of information. Umejifungia, utaki kuambia watu mambo yako, kufanya some research. I was able to get the money.
But ilikuwa loan.
I think so because hiyo wakati nilikuwa nimesota vibaya sana. So I got the money, sent the money to that person. Even before I sent the money, the guy was telling me, as per the look of things, your CV, we ni kama mse tunajua, we ni kama hata tumesoma na wewe shule moja. So we headmaster wenu alikuwa anaitwa so and so. That was in my primary school. See, one of your teachers was so and so. Kwanza unakumbuka vile yule mwalimu alikuwa anatuchapa makofi. And that is
exact
true.
Description.
Unakumbuka the other man vile alikuwa ukianguka mahesabu vile alikuwa anakucharaza. vile alikuwa anakuja anatembea na style ingine hapo, and that is exactly,
Huyo lazima alikuwa anasomea hiyo shule, to be honest.
I think huyo ni rafiki yangu alinikon,
I think so
or
too.
a schoolmate alinikon,
Yeah.
ambayo tulienda na yeye.
sad.
After nimemtumia 16,000 akapotea, nikajaribu kupiga simu apatikani.
Mteja wa nambari iliyopiga patikani kwa sasa.
Exactly. So
Fortunately.
but that
But
did not
it
stop
taught
me
you a
from,
lesson. It
yeah,
taught you a
me a
lesson.
lesson. Then
Yeah.
I now started doing my background check
Research,
vizuri.
yeah.
I started looking out for genuine agencies, for genuine jobs.
And also people that had gone. So
Exactly.
like
yeah.
unauliza, unasikia so and so alienda hii place, unampigia unamuuliza
aliendaje,
hivyo
kukoaje huko.
ni
So
ukweli
then
huyu
I
msee anapeleka
I
watu.
became proactive. No?
So the conversation is from Kenya to the UK, then UK to Australia. Endgame tunafika Australia. So before tufike Australia, lazima tujue what happened in Kenya, the process ya kutoka Kenya mpaka Australia, sorry, to the UK, how was it, then UK to Australia. So at the moment bado tuko Kenya.
When I started doing my research on the process of coming, of going to the UK, I started contacting people who were in the UK. I started looking at different pay scales, different registrations. I was looking at step-by-step process, enlightening myself. And that is the beginning of the whole journey. Wherever you want to go, you must get the right information. You must contact the right people. And you must be patient. And that's why we need to be very careful. There are so many opportunities out there. But whom do you know that has gone and benefited from those opportunities?
Yeah. Hey, manze.
Are there people you have contacted in that particular destination about their life in that place?
Usiende to anybody pia.
You cannot contact your friend ambaye mko naye kwa kijiji. How do you go to America? Can you also broaden your mind by acquiring information from other people? So while still in Kenya, there are bare minimum requirements. Getting the right information, just like we are saying, being patient, doing research. As a matter of fact, you are 100% responsible for everything that happens to you throughout the process.
Man,
Don't blame anyone. Don't blame anyone
if anything happens.
In other words, you will blame yourself for anything that will happen throughout the process.
Eti ukikonia useme yes, always, first of all, I think one thing also we are learning is kwanza hautasema eti sikuwa najua sijui sorry my dear, unasema sorry na pesa zilishaenda. Sorry is not gonna help you, too late. So the best thing you can do is save yourself by making sure you get the right information. And where are you getting the information? Get the information from the right people. Kuna groups, there are so many groups that people have created, and now let us now go to the groups so that you can tell people how did you get to know about the agency.
So there's a lot of information, just like we were saying, that tells about relocation. I've seen KMTC have been educating people, or rather informing people about the process of relocating. If you go to the Nursing Council of Kenya, they might have information on how to relocate. But even before you go to these places, when you type in your Facebook page searching for information, you'll get
Google.
You'll go to Google, you'll get the bare minimum requirement for a nurse in Kenya, be it diploma nurse or undergraduate nurse, to have a passport. You must have a passport. You must be a registered nurse in Kenya with a Nursing Council of Kenya's license that is active. You must have worked in a facility practice, because they normally want to see that you have a background, you have worked, you have some experience. They normally want to see that, very important. And then you must have prepared your CV, of course. A CV is a document that will show your experience.
Resume.
Unaona?
As they call
Then
it,
you will decide which country you want to go to. Is it Canada? Is it Australia? Is it America?
US,
Is it
yeah.
UK? All these options
Yeah, there are so
are
many.
before you. You decide to go to the next step. You have made a decision. You want to go to the United Kingdom. And when we were leaving for the UK, it was a little bit easier than it is right now because
Yes.
agencies were recruiting nurses. So you'll go ahead, get these requirements, and on top of the bare minimum, you'll go and get an IELTS exam, a certificate, with the scores of band 7 and above for the 3 different sections, which are listening, speaking, and reading, and then writing a 6.5. When you have your IELTS certificate, the other bit of all this is your CBT, paper 1 or paper A and paper B result with a pass mark, of course. A CBT is a competence-based test, which is done if you are going to the UK under the Nursing and Midwifery Council of the UK. They have this particular exam that you need to sit for while you are still in Kenya. And in Westlands, there's an office or there's a place where you can go and sit for this exam. Again, you have to have had a verification process. You start with your IELTS exam. After you have obtained your IELTS exam, go to the NMC website and register an account. Unaenda tu unatafuta account, una sign up, una register account. After you have registered an account, you have to go to the NCK of Kenya to do a verification, because the NMC, which is the Nursing Council of the UK, will want to verify if you are a nurse in your country of origin. So the Nursing Midwifery Council will charge, I left when it was 12,000. They will do a verification for you. After you have been verified, then you can be able now to proceed and do this particular test. You pay an amount of money, then you do that particular test. Part A and Part B, after you have passed these 2 tests, plus your IELTS, plus your passport, plus your CV, the next part will be to look for jobs. And this is another process ambayo ilikuwa tricky sana kutafuta job. As I mentioned, when we were doing this process, it was easier because we had the agencies working, which at the moment they are not. So when unajitafutia kazi, unaenda kwa different websites, unajaribu kutafuta kazi.
But also si unakumbuka by the like mlianza na agency nusu alafu mkamalizia na nini nusu. Juu things had already like they'd already done. Ilikuwa inaitwa hiyo kitu. Walikuwa wameka hiyo
Amber list.
Yes,
walikuwa wameka Amber list. So ilikuwa tricky kwa sababu tulianza na agency, alafu agency ikafika pale akatuambia pana, we cannot proceed with you guys, you'll have to do this process directly with the employer. Unaona, sasa ilikuwa a bit tricky, but at least tulikuwa tumeanza hiyo process. But now those who are coming after us walikuwa naenda straight kuapply kwa employer. So unajaribu, how do you apply for jobs? Unaangalia YouTube, unatafuta kwa Facebook, unatafuta kwa all these social media platforms. Care homes za UK zina recruit nurses wende wafanye kazi huko. Government hospitals which are called the NHS trust hospitals zina recruit nurses wende wafanye kazi huko. Angalia kwa website za hosi wanakuanga wameadvertise. Angalia kwa Indeed, care homes, angalia kwa Indeed, angalia kwa Total Jobs, angalia kwa Facebook, angalia kwa Track Jobs is another site whereby government inapost hizo jobs.
Staffing something.
And what you are looking for is, you are looking for jobs that are offering overseas sponsorship.
Yes, overseas.
That is, you must be specific. Ya kwamba you are overseas. You are overseas and you are looking for a job sponsorship outside the UK. So you need to be sponsored. Ukuje UK kufanya kazi. So Kenya ilikuwa na bilateral relationship ama agreement na UK that the government to government watakuwa na recruit nurses for some time. I don't know, ilianza tukaona watu nurses kadhaa wamepelekwa, but after that hatujaona nurses cohort zingine zikipelekwa. Maybe zinaenda.
Uhuru alikuwa bado.
That is when Uhuru was there. So up to date hatujaona nurses wengine, maybe wanaendelea but we don't know,
I don't know.
or hiyo kitu ilikuja ikaisha.
Ikaisha.
But what is happening is that usigoje mtu yote akuja kusaidie. We are speaking to many nurses that are in Kenya.
Yes.
Don't be desperate. That particular paper that you have obtained, you have acquired
As a nurse,
as a nurse, it can take you far.
anywhere. It can take you anywhere in this world.
Exactly.
Anywhere in this world. Note.
This particular paper, don't be frustrated. Don't be desperate. To an extent that you are giving up, to an extent that unachukua kamkanda, you decide to hang yourself,
It's
just
not
like we
worth
saw the
it.
other day, doctor, do that. I know mambo inaweza kuwa very very dark back at home, especially in this regime. Hatuko ground, but we are watching closely to see how things have become tough
And on
for
that
professionals.
note, on that note, you can also tell our viewers, like in future, tukiendelea, you'll tell them how you became, and you are a registered nurse in how many countries?
I'm a registered nurse in Kenya. I'm a registered nurse in the UK, up to date because my registration is still active and valid. I'm a registered nurse in New Zealand. I have a registration in Australia.
So it means he can work in those 4 countries.
I can work in those 4 countries.
Now you are almost, US ulifika katikati. You didn't finish.
Exactly. But
Yeah.
the key point hapa tunajaribu kuambia ni ya kwamba as a nurse in Kenya,
You are like you can wewe
you have an opportunity.
uko na hiyo inaitwaje, you can fly ama you can be in any country of your choice as long as you have that document to show that you are a nurse ama that license. Trust me, wewe ndio umebeba everything kwa mkono yako hivi. You can go to any country of your choice. You just need to do your research and then you choose where you want to go depending on their requirements. Yes.
Exactly. So in a nutshell, our journey is lengthy, just like you have mentioned, and we shall be sharing our journey in bits. Tumeanza wapi? Tumeanza Kenya. We have worked with you until when tunapata hizo requirements, tunataka kutoka Kenya.
So
So
by the time,
even before tutoke tulikuwa tumepata job, tulifanya hizo vitu za kutafuta. Actually I think nilitafuta like for 1 month or so, najaribu kutuma mara.
Lakini pia
papers,
hata
najaribu
kabla tufike hapo kwa
papers.
place ya kutuma, story ya IELTS, ujaambia watu vile IELTS inapeleka watu mbio.
IELTS bana ni kitu ingine napelekanga watu na kasongo ingine tough
Ni
sana.
English, lakini unajua nilikuwa nasikia kwa mtandao hiyo time watu walikuwa wanacheka cheka hadi kuna time yenye list ilitolewa eti nurses wanaanguka English. Guys, IELTS is not your normal like it is not your normal English ile yenye unaenda kufanya kwa class.
Ulifanya English test, ulionaje?
Wacha niwaambie ni ile like they are thorough, they are like wako si ile English yetu unafanya huko high school ama sijui tu ulifanya huko lecture. My dear, this is thorough, and having in mind it is not being marked by your Kenyan lecturers ama your Kenyan teachers. It is being marked by the British. Okay, when you ulifanya ya IELTS, it was being marked by the British is it
I think
lectures ama nini?
I think pia kuna Kenya wanao
Yes,
mark.
but like I'm talking
Standard.
about the standard na pia the niseme ni curriculum, like wanatumia hiyo like wako very very thorough. Hata kuongea si hata kuna watu wenye walikuwa wanaongea reading like sorry wanaanguka reading kwa sababu ya pronunciation. Wewe imagine umezaliwa huko Keretire, tumezaliwa huko Meru, you have your heavy accent, alafu umeenda kufanyia mzungu reading. Asikiki tu unasema.
Reading hawakuwa na fail kwa reading, maybe speaking.
Oh yes,
ndio
speaking.
wanafanywa
Yeah,
speaking, but reading iwezi fail kwa sababu
Yeah, sorry.
unaenda kuandika.
I meant
you are going
speaking.
to write, but
Yeah.
having said that, IELTS is not the normal kind of test. Unaweza kuwa na ma PhD zako na ma masters zako, lakini
unaanguka hiyo
unaanguka
IELTS
vibaya sana,
vibaya
because
sana.
what they are testing is very different from the normal English.
It's
that
not
we
the
study.
knowledge, have that like hawangali knowledge yako ya English.
They're not testing the knowledge, they are just testing the competency to
Yes.
speak, write, listen, and they have their own style of
Standards,
assessing this particular test. Like for me nilianguka mara mbili and I was just missing with like 1 point. Hizo zingine nilikuwa na pass vizuri sana. I think I was getting an 8 in listening, sijui an 8 in which speaking, but unapata ninaanguka na reading napata 6.5 when they want a 7. So some stuff like that. I did my third attempt, I passed. Na hiyo ndio ilinipatia sasa psych ya kuenda to the next level then to proceed.
Kwa interviews.
The most important thing for a nurse is don't give up. You have come so far to give up. Jikaze. Be consistent. Be proactive. Be courageous. Don't feel like you want to give up, because at the end of the day you have yourself to blame if you are to give up. So jikaze. Hata ukianguka mara ngapi. I was having interaction with people that have failed up to 4 times, 5 times, but they were not giving up. And because once they pass that exam, then inawafungulia opportunities za kutoka
else inaonyesha mtu kivumbi. Lakini acha nikwambie, there are people who failed even 5 times, but today they are in their country of their choice. It may not be UK, it may not be US, but whichever country that najua needs an exam. People fail, but failing doesn't define your destination. We unasema kuna watu hata nikianguka hii IELTS mara 10, I don't care. Goal ni kufika UK. Na wenye walivumilia walifika, wenye wali give up bado wanakasana na kasongo ya Ruto huko.
So unaweza sema ni rahisi sana kusema ati mtu hata ankianguka 5 times. Unajua watu wanakopa hiyo pesa, wanatumia hiyo do. Like for me nilikuwa nakopa saa zingine sikuwa na do, but
unge give up tungekuwa hapa.
The point tunajaribu ku make, we are just trying to make is, as you see people migrating, people migrating, ni kujitolea na kujinyima. Exactly. That is the point.
I agree with you, my dear.
The point is to don't have a lot of money. As a matter of fact, if you had a lot of money, you wouldn't want to move, because who leaves their country? Who leaves their country to go and work in another country?
It's not easy.
It is not easy. It is not. It is not all rosy. It is not a walk in the park.
Lakini shida ni
because of the situation that is on the ground.
Money.
Because of the frustration that is on the ground. Time is fast moving. Unafikisha 40 kama you don't have anything to show for it.
Lakini also, having said that, assume, unajua kuna watu wenye they feel they're comfortable back at home even with the money they are earning. Si kila mtu anataka kutoka Kenya.
Of course, we are not speaking to everyone that wants to leave.
Well, personally, if you are in a position where you're earning good money, let's say you are at a figure of 200,000 in a month, you are 150,000 in a month, honestly, you can survive even better than mtu mwenye ako.
What we are just trying to share to the people is that anyone who feels the need
to move,
taking that bold step, there is an opportunity. This is what has worked for some of us,
and it is possible.
And if you are allowed to take this route, then these are the advantages of taking this route vis-a-vis the problems and the challenges that you are facing.
It is worth it.
Back home.
The answer is that
exactly.
It is hard at the beginning, but it is worth it.
It is worth the move. So, in a nutshell, Kenya, at the moment, as a nurse, Kenya is not providing opportunities for growth, opportunities for sustenance of the nurses
and their families.
We have not seen the government being intentional with the nurses. We have not seen the government listening to the nurses. I've not seen the government doing deliberate actions through the agencies to support these nurses, to pay these nurses, to listen to the cries of these nurses, to support these nurses.
It's not fair.
All we have seen is advertisements on jobs abroad and the government wanting the nurses to leave the country and run away to other countries. Vis-a-vis seeing the government do deliberate action to support the nurses, to listen to the nurses, and then to help the nurses grow professionally. So It is so so sad, and that's why some of those things that were happening, some of us tukasema no, we cannot be able to be in that country for some time, wacha kwanza tutoke tutafute maisha nje, later on we will come back after some time. But for now our journey imefika pale tunatafuta kazi, tukaanza kutafuta kazi. Remember the documents nilisema, tukaanza kutafuta kazi after 1 month, 1.5 months nikaanza kupata acceptance. I did some interviews. I did 2 interviews, I think one with the care home and another one with the NHS job. Actually there were, I think, three interviews. Then I decided to go to one of the NHS trusts in London, and that's how we were able to migrate. After umepata kazi, some of these jobs ziko poa kwa sababu they will pay for your air ticket, they will pick you up kwa air ticket, kwa your airport, sorry, and then they will take you to the hospital. They will give you accommodation. Some of these jobs ziko poa kabisa kwa sababu zitakupea accommodation ya 3 months or so, even 2 months, 3 months. Zingine zinaweza kupeleka hata 6 months depending. Alafu pia zinakupea startup kit ama some a bit of relocation package unapowaka tu pesa hivi to kuanza maisha. So those are the benefits of this particular job, nursing jobs. You land in the UK as a registered nurse. Of course there's another exam that you'll do which is called the OSCE, the practical exam. After you have done that, then you are a registered nurse, a staff nurse in the UK. You start being paid as a band 5 nurse. That is with the government.
Ya kusema yenye you might have forgotten to add on it. The another advantage of migrating as a nurse is you can move with your family. That's an advantage.
Exactly. So when you get a job, that visa allows you at a later time, you can migrate with your family immediately you're traveling, or you can allow them to join you after some time. That is another advantage of this particular job. The visa that you get allows you to bring your children,
skilled work,
to bring your wife, and your wife or your husband who is a dependent can be able to apply for any jobs that are available in the UK. So that is the process of relocating to the UK. From Kenya, you travel all the way to the UK and you start living in the UK.
Nataka kuambia watu ulitumia agencies gani wewe hiyo time mama?
Sikumbuki hata agency gani ilikuwa inafanya hiyo by that time. I don't remember.
You don't remember?
So think walikuwa wanafanya kazi
wakaacha. Wewe ulikuwa unaitwa Jena.
I don't remember. Is it Crown Wealth or something?
But
I think it was Crown Wealth, but the point here is that was just one job, but hizo job zingine nilikuwa nimepata, nilikuwa nimejiapplyia peke. The job in one of the trusts nilikuwa nimejiapplyia kivyangu nikaipata. Nilikuwa nimetuma documents mingi because you are sending at least 1000 plus 2000 3000 applications to agencies. Alafu pia kulikuwa na other agencies, so you are trying all these methods kuona which one will respond, and that is what most of us were doing at that time.
So which one did you use to?
So there are so many.
The one that you used.
I don't remember. There are quite a number. So
which is okay.
Yeah. So that is how far tulienda, and I would advise use as many. Just do it yourself. Start by doing it yourself. Apply for yourself, and then watch out for those interviews. Prepare for those interviews, and there are so many materials you can use on internet to prepare for those interviews.
Something else I would like you to mention is, you've created so many groups to help nurses.
So tulifungua groups za WhatsApp zilikuwa tunaita umoja, where we were sharing information, we were encouraging one another, we were sharing links, the jobs, we were allowing people to ask questions, we were allowing people to express themselves, to reach out, and those groups zilisaidia sana so many nurses. There are so many nurses that have migrated to the UK under those groups. We were moving as a group, as a cohort, and we mentored, we encouraged many nurses to be on board, because when you work together, then it seems things become much easier. As you work together, as you ask questions, then unajisaidia we mwenye. Working alone because you don't know much, so zinaitwa umoja. Tukasaidia pia care assistants during that time, which something that has come and I think imeisha siku hizi. I'm no longer seeing the government, the UK government imeleta sheria mingi sana kuhusu hizo jobs.
I think because also they're trying to stop migration.
I think they're minimizing
Not
the
stopping,
migration.
but minimizing, because I think also hiyo time yenye sisi tulienda UK, wale watu walikuwa wengi, so many people also going UK. A lot of nurses
were also going. On your second episode, what do you want people to follow up with?
So on our second episode tutakuja tuingie UK. Lazima tuingie UK. How was it? Inaitwaje hiyo exam mna prepare?
Inaitwa OSCE.
OSCE, unajua also OSCE is another exam that mtu asipo prepare vizuri anaweza jipata amerudi nyumbani. So we'll talk about now the life that is going to be a longer episode, because we are now going to start talking about our experiences in the UK. How was it? And everything that happened there. So people should stay tuned for that.
So our first episode has just covered life in Kenya. If you've got any questions, feel free to connect on the comment section. Just type and say what you feel we may want to address, the questions you may have. Reach us out for specific questions. Ukitaka kuni text, ukitaka kutu text, ukitaka kuni reach out, we are going to provide our information. Let's see how much we can help. We're not
professionals.
We're not professional, but we shall share our experience. Tuone kama experience yetu inaweza kukusaidia. Don't be frustrated. Be encouraged. It has worked for us. It will also work for you. This is a journey that we have taken. We are also we are ongoing. It is an ongoing event. We are still discovering. We are still exploring. We are still on this journey. We are still on this journey
together.
And we are happy to learn from you. We are also welcoming you to learn from us. Ask us questions. Specifically, if you are in Kenya and you want to go to these countries, let us share with you your experience. Then you will be able to see.
But the thing is, as much as the agencies, the UK stopped agencies, recruitment is still going on. It's with the hospitals and not the agency. I just thought that is important to put outside there. People are still going. People are still going. Niju. But I mean, you better try than not try.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you. Think my parting shot will be, don't feel frustrated. On the mic with
unataka kunimalizia kipindi surely. Huyu anataka kuhost. Aya. Mtu nimekuita kama guest, sasa unataka kuhost. Hebu peana your closing shot alafu I can close.
So my parting shot for this particular show is that usikufe moyo. Don't be stressed to a point that you are throwing the bucket or the towel. Please know that you have got an opportunity. You can turn that event into a very hopeful career, and you can grow and rise from that level to something. You can rise. You have the potential. You have got the opportunity. Just grab it. Think about it. Grab it. Rise and explore and shine, and you will become a winner.
Amen. Thank you so much
for
coming, and
welcome.
We hope to see you again and again, and usichoke na sisi juu we will need you here more so that you can give us all the
next time bana mtuletee juice bana.
Hatuna budget.
Maji baridi hata ile colored.
We don't have budget for that.
Anyway, Thank you so much for this particular show. We want to ask you guys to prescribe or subscribe
To subscribe.
to this show. Let's rise and share more information
Yeah.
on this particular show.
Anyway, thank you so much for coming. And guys, that's it for today. I'm so excited, and I hope to see you in the other video that is gonna be coming up.